67 500, she wants to play. Alright guys, so got the wheels on, got the drive shaft in, got the screwdriver in for the shifter. Looks awesome. Everything's hooked up, the motor runs, and I am going to pull this bad boy out so I can get her on the lift side, see if she'll go on her own power. I don't have any good brakes yet. I still got to do wheel cylinders. My brake lines are pretty rusted out, so I know I'm going to have to change a few of those. What else can I tell you? Oh, I put the linkage in. I just put it back on the column. I wanted to do a floor shifter thing, but I just want to get it going right now before I, decide to throw a $300 shifter at it. So, got all the linkage in. See the inside. I just Mexican blanketed the seats just so I could have something. Got the steering wheel on, put the gauges in, got the tack in, and I had to end up getting a new ignition switch. My buddy didn't have the key for it, which wasn't a big deal, but I sent him my my glove box lock, so now my glove box is just hanging open. But other than that, this is about it for now. And I'm gonna pull her out. So drive shaft, I got out of another car. That went in great. I know my rear end needs some gear oil. You could hear that just from shaking it. You just hear it just drained out over the years. And we'll see what she does. I need a bumper. If anybody has a 67 Coronet bumper or know one, I need one. She looks bad. Oh, I'm gonna put the slot wheels on it too. These are just wheels off that Coronet. I took the old wheels off this, as you guys know. These were my Coronet wheels, my 70, and I ended up putting the Kragers, the gold Kragers that I originally had on this car, Super Tricks, on that Coronet, and just use these wheels. All right, we'll see how she does. up, guys? So 67 Coronet. We got her running, we got her driving. We pulled her out of the shop yesterday in the teaser video. I just whipped her kind of around my little driveway there. My son, took some of the video for me. We drove her around the back and I put her right on the lift. So I got a lift, and sometimes I don't even get to use the lift because these cars are kind of a pain to get drug around, and I got to push him myself, when he's not here or help me or he's at school. So drove it up, put her on the lift, and I want to show you kind of the underneath of this car and what I'm going to do next. I can tell you right now, I'm going to do the brakes. I already ordered the wheel cylinders, and of course the little rubber hoses. They always want to crumble in these old cars. I did look at a couple of brake lines, and they're rusting, and it's going to be like the last Coronet. As soon as I go and push the brakes down, they're going to pop pinholes. So we're going to cut those out. I'd like to take them out from the fittings all the way back, but sometimes them fittings are a little rough, and it's just easier sometimes just to cut the bad out and just slide one of those self-bending brake tubes in and just kind of torque them down, and with the little brass fittings, and those work great. We're going to put the traction bars back on it. I got one side done, and then we're going to do the other side today probably. I put oil in the rear. I know that didn't even hardly have any in there. I could hear it. Just from sitting for so many years, it just leaked out. And other than that, that's about it. There's little tunes here and there that I want to do. I still don't feel like my 318 is running on all 8 cylinders. Not sure if the rings completely seated yet, or something else, or because it was just so old, they're not gonna seat. Who knows? That's the risk you take when you try to mess with these old motors. Like I said, like you've seen in the other videos, this motor was rebuilt 30 plus years ago and dropped in and never started. So I did everything I could not to have to rip the whole thing apart, got valves unstuck, dumped some conditioner in there, broken the cam the best I could. I'm about to probably do another oil change on it, and that's all I can do. I still really haven't even thought if I'm going to keep this car yet or not. It is a bad to the bone car. It's everything I love. It's ratty. It looks mean. It's got the stance on it from like that late 60s, early 70s that I love. But, sometimes money gets a little tight, and then we got to sell them to make room and do other things. But who knows? If that's the case, maybe I'll pull the 318 out, drop a 440 in there like we talked about originally. I got a couple on the back burner that I know about, and I got one in the other Coronet that I still can pull. So we'll see. But anyway, enough about that. Let me take you and show you the underneath of the car. All right, here we go. We're gonna go take you guys on a little ride underneath this bad boy. So aluminum radiator went in. I hate those old brass radiators, but that one was leaking anyway, so I really had no choice. If you know what I want to say, it didn't even have one in there. So I had to buy one. It wasn't too bad, like 130 bucks. Didn't break the bank. Ran the lines from the tranny. 318's got headers on it, so that's always nice. The frame rails in this car are magnificent. I was very surprised, being that, you guys seen how I pulled it. It's been in the dirt for how many years? You know how these Mopar are. It's always this one, and in the back is always the ones, in my opinion, that go bad. So now that I've pulled, I don't even want to count how many Mopar now, or I should say I rescued them. I know which frame rails seem to always go out, and it always seems to me to be the same. Very rarely will they go out up here, in my opinion, but I did have some cars that, they did rust out right in that area, patchy. I did not luck out on the pans, as you guys know. I'm sure you've seen pictures, but this is not even that big of a deal. This is the rear pan on both sides, And they make this stuff now, so you could just cut out the old and tack in the new. And don't be scared. As long as you cut it close, you could tack in the new pan. So you guys, you young guys that are getting into the car game, you could try it and you'll realize how easy it really is. Frame rail, driver's side looks good. Frame rail on passenger side looks even better. I got the 8 3/4 in this bad boy. I put the gear oil in it. Hopefully it didn't get beat up too bad in its prime, and it'll still do me some justice, even though it is, you know, one wheel peel like usual. Put the traction bar on the left side. Now I'm gonna put the traction bar on the right side. And the best part of this whole car is look at the frame rails in the back. This, guys, are where they always go out, in the back right there, especially the cars that I pull. So this one is gorgeous, it's sexy, it looks good, and I'm very happy. So really, the only thing that I didn't luck out on were the pans, as you can see right here. And I showed you this from the top side in the last video, and I probably won't even mess with that anytime soon. So that's it. Hopefully next time we could get her down and take it for a real cruise besides just my driveway, and get her off this lift. But she is beautiful. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Later.